Mesech Shabbos Daf Kuf Mem Vav. The Mishnah says, "Shoiva Adam es Achoves, Lechli Men the Groigris Uvilvad Shli Yiskaven Lasis Kli." So on this Mishnah, there's a tremendous machlekes rishonim. Why is it mutter to break the barrel, to take out the figs? Why isn't it isser of stira? You're being soisi, you're breaking the barrel. There's a tremendous machlekes Taisis and the Ran and the Rashba how to explain the Mishnah. The Rishonim is Kakashir over here. It says in Vur it's mutter to break the chavis, and the more in Erevin says in a similar case you have a migdol that it's also to break it on Shabbos. So Taisis says the answer is our Mishnah is talking about mustaki, talking about a barrel that was made together from different pieces. It's not a strong kli. And on such a kli, it's mutter stira. However, the Ran and the Rashba write that the Havana in our Mishnah is ein binyan bekelim and ein stira bekelim. So therefore, it's mutter. The Gemara in Erevin is referring to a large kli, a large migdal that's more than 4 saw. That's not a kli. It's too big to be a kli. In the Prima Godim, Avnei Nezer discussed that the Ran is sois himself. Then he says another svara that's mutter because of Simchas Shabbos. And the Prima Godim says that the Ran was choize v'ayin sham. Rashi holds on the ayin dalid on beis the ein binyan bekelim, even by a binyan gomers ein binyan bekelim. However, Tosis and Daf Kuf Beizim and Beis holds that when you have a binyan gomer, then yesh binyan bekelim. That the Rishonim ask a kash on Rashi. Rashi in the Mishnah says ein b'mekalkel shum isser b'Shabbos. The Rishonim ask, what's the havana in Divrei Rashi? It should be also at least the Rabbanon. Ayin in the Tziv and the Chasam Sofer, they explain that since Rashi holds that ein binyan bekelim b'chlal, there's never binyan bekelim even by binyan gomer, so therefore there's no isser d'Rabbanan, because a mekalkel on a malacha that doesn't have an isser d'Oraisa b'chlal, because there's no such thing according to Rashi as binyan and steer bekelim, so therefore it's not also even d'Rabbanan. The Chazon Ish has a new pshat to explain the Mishnah. He says that since you're breaking the chavis, not to break the chavis, just to get out the groigeris, and it's a steer and a kli which needs a less of a level of a maisa to be considered a malacha. So since it's only to take out the groigeris, we look at it as a maisa of taking out the groigeris and not a maisa steer b'chlal. Moshe Feinstein has a long tshuva about different wrappers and cans. If it's you're allowed to open it on Shabbos, you're not allowed to open it on Shabbos. He has a tremendous arichas. In Mitoich Dvorov, he discussed at length our sugya, and he asks a kasha stira in the Ran. That the Ran over here by us says, ein binyan, the ein stira bekelim, that's why it's mutter sheves achavis. And he asks from the Ran in Kuf Beis in Parakaboina that holds like shitas taisis that a binyan gomer the is bekelim. So if that's the case, there should be a stira over here. And it's for shver, what's the havon, the machlokes taisis and the Ran? So Moshe Feinstein explains that the Ran and Tosfos have 2 different opinions in what together of binyan gomer yesh bekelim. Tosfos Daf Kuf Beis says if it's whatever's a large binyan, a binyan of umnis, then there is bekelim. However, the Ran explains not like that. The Ran says that the only time there's binyan bekelim is when you make a binyan from the beginning. You build a kli from the beginning to the end. So that's not considered binyan bekelim. It's asiyas kli. That's Mavu in the Ran and the Maggid Mishnah like that. And he explains further that Havana is that in big karka, if you do any binyan, any esofas binyan, now you're making this piece from metaltalin into karka. It's a milsa de kavua, so it has a chashivas of a binyan, even the amount bekarka. However, by a kli, if you just add a small piece to a kli, it doesn't have a chashivas of a binyan. However, if you make an entire kli from the beginning to end, that is considered a binyan b'kelim. So Moshe says, if that's the case, according to the Ran, it's a specific svara, because you boin it from the beginning to the end, so that wouldn't pertain b'chlal by soiser, because by soiser, you're only making a stira in a pre-existing kli, and you're not being soiser from the beginning to the end. And he says, furthermore, the whole chashivas amlach of soiser is amnas livnois, so it wouldn't pertain b'chlal in a whole entire kli. So therefore, the Ran holds that there's no stira b'kelim. Moving further on, the Gemara brings a brayso, the choyser shal groigis shal tmorim matu mafkia v'choytich ein shulchan aruch, that explains the reason why it's mutter is because we're talking about a kli that was only made to hold the tmorim, the dates, and the shulchan aruch says it's just used to hold the dates. And when you're breaking it, you're taking out the oichel shebehen. It's the same way you're allowed to open up a nut on Shabbos, because you're just opening up the nut. You're just taking out the shell. So the same thing, you have this can that's made to hold the tmarim. Since the whole ishtamshus is to hold the tmarim, it's mutter. So Moshe Feinstein, in his tshuva regarding opening up wrappers and cans, brings a raya lahatir from this halacha, that the same way it's mutter to open up a can that's used to holding them tmarim, so mela, many of our cans and our wrappers will be the same thing. You're not opening up the kli, it's the whole chashivas of the kli is only to hold the oichel, so therefore it's like opening up a nut. Well, the Meister Moshe at the end writes that we can't be matter anything, tremendous and arichis in the whole sugya. Moving further on, the Gemara says that Guvsa, you have a spout. The Gemara says Machlikas Rav Shmuel, and the Gemara says Ladure, to return it, everyone holds its mutter. The Mishnah Berurah writes that although you're allowed to return it, you can't make it tight. And the Mishnah Berurah writes, it's like Rashi said before, Tekeya, although ain't bin yebekelim, but Tekeya is also. It means you're putting in a spout to take out the wine from a barrel. If you put it in tight, you chayiv b'shim tekeya. The Chaznish says, if that's the case, then you will even be osir to put it in loosely, because Exeir Shem Yitka, like we find before, Mitish Shal Tayosim. And so the Chaznish says that since the whole spout is only you there to take out the wine, but it's not becoming part of the barrel, so therefore there's no Isser, even if you take care, it's not also B'chla.